Hello, everybody. Well, last episode we started the introduction to Everquest 2 and everything that it has to offer. We're going to continue today. First, we're going to pick up the quest from Marar, and you can see this little thingy is back, and I just want to get this quest going so that we don't have that anymore. Hello, Marar.
Welcome. I have been anticipating your arrival. Your skills are greatly needed here at the Queen's Colony.
Well, who are you?
I am Marar Shar, General of the Royal Antonican Guard and Protector of Queen Antonia Bale. I have been sent here to uncover the source of the disturbance plaguing this island.
Okay. How come the colony's here?
The Queen's Colony was established as a training ground for prospective citizens of Kinos. Our great city needs valiant defenders.
Well, can you tell me a little bit more about Kinos?
Kinos is a grand city that stands on the western shores of the continent of Karen. It is a place where truth and justice are valued above all else. It is ruled by the brave and noble Queen Antonia Bale. Our kingdom is a bright light that stands against the dark empire of Freeport.
Ooh, tell me about Freeport.
Freeport is a city of cruelty and malice, governed by its selfish overlord, Lucan Delir. He is a dangerous madman who seeks to conquer Norath and hold us all in his iron grip. Beware his lies.
Oh, I will. How can I be of help?
Your future is as bright as your heart, but there are perils in this world that only the mightiest of adventurers may overcome. Live for Kinos, and Kinos will live for you.
I'm ready.
I am very glad to hear it. Go and speak to Trainer Hale McGinnis, just northwest of here near the archway. I've written his name in your journal. He will teach you the basics of combat.
Okay, now you can see by this ring that he's giving us, it has 1 primary attributes, 1 stamina, and 1 spell skills. Now, the primary attribute points would be useful for any class. That just means if intelligence is your primary, then that's what you get a point in. If it's, strength, then you would get the point in strength. It's nice. So we're going to pick up our ring, and we have to go speak to this trainer guy over there and learn how to do combat. And if we do that, we're going to get some cloth mitts. So we're going to
Good luck.
And do that. Thank you. I do want to kind of look around here just a little bit, and because it's been a while since I've been on the island. I got to try and remember where everything is. Oh, okay. Well, this one, we can do this first. Every once in a while, you're going to come across somebody called a mender. And this is where you need to go to repair your gear. And if you click on them, and you do need to be repaired, your gear will be listed here, and the cost will be given. And then you can choose what you want to repair or not. You can't do that at armorers and things like that. It's just menders is where you go for that. Let's see. You can speak to, if you'd like, these different trainers that are around. There's one over yonder for collections and things like that and harvesting, and there's this one here, the expert in physical attributes. So it's kind of, because it's a tutorial island, you're going to come across those kind of things, which is kind of neat. Now, over here is the banker. Every town will have a banker, and actually there are going to be some villages and such that you come across that will also have banking. If you want to learn more about repairs and banking, you can talk to this Zidget person over here. But I'm just going to show you very briefly. When you click on the banker, your character sheet will open, and you can see, your bags down here. I always hit the B key, B for boy, because that opens up your bag. Now, this is your banking window. at the top, it's going to show you slots for you to store things in here. Now, you can place bags in each of these slots to make your slots, your spaces hold more, so you can have more inventory in the bank, which is what we're going to do today with these small bags. So I'm going to close the bags first. And once they're closed, you can just take them from your slots here and put it in. Now what I'm going to do is just place this first one and open it up and place these other ones inside. And I can pull these out when need be. But this way I've only used one slot in my bank. So it's a real nice way to handle that. And so that's that. Anything that you put in this lower section is going to be shared with all your characters on this server. Now see, this one actually has some collectibles in it. So long ago I must have had a character on this server. Once you create a character, even if you delete them, the items in your shared part of your bank will remain. So you don't have to worry about ever losing anything in your shared bank. Now if you want to deposit monies, if you don't want to carry around all your cash, you get copper, silver, gold, and platinum. You can just drag over the monies in either the top or the shared. So if you want to give money to an alt, that's an easy way to do that as well. And that could help you out quite a bit if you're an altaholic, kind of like I am, and you do enjoy playing more than one character at a time. That's a good way to do that. So that's basically all there is for the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and close that because that's about all we can do with that. I'm going to add those collectibles at another time. Let's go ahead and put our ring on. Now you can just right click it and equip it if you don't have to worry about what slot it goes in. So we don't have any other rings right now, so it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to do that. So that's basically how you fix your gear and the bank, which are both very, very useful. You will be using them quite often, I assure you. Now, this guy over here is going to introduce you to crafting. I'm going to wait until we leave the island in order to get into the crafting. That's a whole another ball game. It's actually interesting because if you look down here at the bottom, this is my experience bar. And my experience bar is going to give me combat and quest experience for adventuring. Now, if I right click on that bar down here, there's different things that I can do with it. I can show my trade skill experience because trade skill experience is separate from adventuring experience. You could make a character at level 1 and never do any adventuring, only do crafting, and get that character up to max level. Now, of course, that's going to come with some limitations. You're probably going to need a high-level character to give certain materials and monies to the crafter, but it's just a way to have a different type of gameplay, which a lot of people do. A lot of people have a main character and maybe an alt, and then the rest of their characters are all different types of crafters. You cannot have every crafting profession on one character, and I'll get into that more when we get to the crafting part of the videos. And so the next item, you can change your bar. Now if I change it to trade skill, you see this little ball changes color because I'm only level 1 in that. And you can do your alternate advancement experience, so you can track that. And that's a system that we also need to talk about. You also get tithe experience. Now, tithing has to do with your deity, and it's something that you gain automatically in the background, and it will help you later on with your deities. You also get Ascension. Now, Ascension is a high level, max level, almost, I guess you could say, system that comes into play later on. I'm not going to get into it right now because it's really irrelevant and there's so much already to take in. So we're going to hold off on that. Now, I like to, a lot of times, turn my combat XP off because the game levels so quickly, and every time you level, pretty much, you are going to get new skills. And that just moves a little quickly for me sometimes. So you could go in at any time you want and disable the combat XP or turn it back on. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to leave it off for now. That just gives me a little bit more leeway to show things without having to be forced to move on to something else. So turning off the combat XP does not hurt you when you turn in the quest. You're still going to get XP for quests, collections, and things like that, lore and legend and all of that. But you're not going to get it for actual combat. Now you can also turn off the quest experience if you'd like. I mean, if you totally just don't want to level and you just want to stay right where you're at, you can definitely do that. So that's just totally up to you. The bars on the screen here, I put them here. You start with just one bar, I think. And the easiest way to add hotbars is to right click and just go to open a new hotbar. And there it is. That's as simple as that. Now you can close this one also. So I really don't need to have all of these up yet. And it just depends on how you like to set it up. I think you can go up to 10. So that's basically all there is. And if you don't want the keys to get moved, accidentally, you can right click on the key and go to hotbar settings. And each bar can have its own settings. So you can change the size of it if you'd like. You can put padding around it, which is the spacing around each button if you'd like. You can show the spinner on the side. I don't use the spinner. I prefer just to have the bars open, but that's totally up to you. Draggable icons. Now, if you uncheck this box, you won't be able to move the icons once you place them. And I like to move them around, so I'm just going to leave it there. And when you're all done, you just hit apply. And your new changes will take effect immediately. There isn't anything you need to do with that. So let's go over, I guess, I don't want to get too bogged down in information. Let's move her along just a little bit. Here's another shiny. Let's just pick this one up real quick. Okay, now we already have a falcon feather. Now I can take this one and sell it for 1 copper. Being a free-to-play, I can't put things up for sale on the auction. So it's just a waste for me to grab it and for 1 copper when somebody else can possibly use it. So if you have other characters and you want to share the items you find with them, put it in your bank, your shared bank, and then your other characters can make use of it. So we're going to talk to this trainer dude and learn how to do the combat so that we can get this done.
Hello there! I'm here to teach new recruits the basics of combat. Murar told me you show great promise.
I'd like to learn about that, please.
Okay, let's see what you're made of. One of the nearby sparring partners to my left will be happy to test your mettle. Challenge any one of them and return to me when you've earned a victory.
I will be back. All right, so we have to pick one of these guys to fight. We have a formidable one, an average one, and a weak one. So let's just do the average. We're just going to cast spells on him. Now you don't have to be at range to cast spells. You can be standing right in front of them. Okay, well, we did that. So now we just go back and talk to him again.
So, did you defeat the sparring partner like I asked?
I was victorious.
Great work! You've proven your worth and are ready for greater challenges. If you want further instruction later, just come see me. But right now, you must report back to Murar, so that you can discover what's behind the trouble here at the colony.
Alrighty, will do. Thank you, sir. And that's basically all there is to combat. I mean, it's not very difficult. If you've played any kind of MMO before, it's the same stuff. Okay, Murar, I learned how to fight.
Hello again. Have you passed the test that Trainer Hale McGinnis set before you?
Yep.
I'm glad to hear it.
Okay,
For
well,
now
level
we have
2.
need of our courage. Until recently, our colony lived in peace with a clan of goblins known as the Sapswill that reside on the other side of the island. But for some unknown reason, they have begun to attack us. We need to begin an investigation at once to get to the bottom of this. Will you help?
I would be glad to.
The goblins have started attacking us from the west. We're not sure what sparked the uprising, but they are now relentlessly trying to invade the colony. I need you to go see how our defenders are doing at the west gate and gather any information you can. Speak with Sergeant Haggis at the barricades and see what you can do to assist him.
Okay. If we do that, we're going to get some cuffs.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to open my character screen because we got some gloves. Now, the gloves that we just got are going to give me 2 to my intelligence because that's my primary attribute, and 2 more to my stamina. And it's going to give me 2 mitigation, which is less mitigation than my original, but that's okay because the intelligence is better. So, I'm just going to put those there. Now, last episode, I talked to you about the appearance and the wardrobe. So this would be where, say, you don't like the look of these new gloves and you want to still keep the old ones. All you have to do, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can directly place these gloves in your appearance tab, or if you want to always keep this, you can go to the wardrobe. You have to go down to hands and just drag it over, and it's going to let you know that adding it to the wardrobe will delete it from your inventory, and you cannot take things out of your wardrobe, so they're in there permanently. So we're going to say yes. So now all I have to do is go back to my appearance, and if I click on the hands, it's going to give me all the choices I have for that slot. So I don't want to do that though for now, but all you'd have to do is click on that. It's going to put it there on the appearance slot. So that's basically all that is. And it gets it out of your inventory. And you don't have to store it all in your bank. When you use up all your slots, you can purchase more if you'd like, if you need to have everything, done like that. So that's about all we're really going to get into in this particular area. But I would recommend, if you've never played the game before, to speak to each of the NPCs here to learn further about all those different systems and stuff that you need to use for everyday adventuring and whatnot. Now, each time you go into a new area, you're going to get some XP. We got a new spell, a magma chamber. So this does 18 to 30 heat damage on target and stuns them, which is something I probably want to do first. So I'm just going to change and put it in the front of my rotation. And let's talk to Sergeant Haggis.
Oh, hello there. What's that Murar sent you?
Yeah, he was wondering how our defenses are holding.
Well, the goblins aren't very powerful. They're definitely tenacious. It's almost as if they have no mind of their own and are throwing themselves at us like flies onto a swatter.
Well, do you want some help?
Aye, you're a gutsy one, aren't you? Well, I'll give you a chance to prove your strength. Fend off some of these invading Sapswill, and we'll see how you fare.
Will do. All right, so they gave us a quest to kill 3 of these sapswill. Now, when you pick up a quest, your targets are going to have the feather with the circle around them, and that makes it easy to find them. There's one other thing I would like to go over before we log out for today, and that is going to be if you hit your L key on your keyboard, it brings up this character development and alternate advancement window. Now, this window, I'm going to go where we're a little more quiet because those battles going on is going to distract me. So let's just go back over here. There we go. Okay. All right. So at the top you see it says experience to AA conversion. As you complete quests and kill mobs, gain XP basically, you get a certain portion of that experience put towards your alternate advancement points. And if you're a member, you can set how much experience goes to the alternate advancement points. And now you don't start getting them right away. If you're a free-to-play player, you cannot move this bar. It will be set at 50 as soon as you start gaining them. You do get a chance to reset your traits, which is also nice. On the first window, you will see your character development, and it's going to show your race and then a little bit about your class. The focus effects and wizard training is going to be on this window. Each race is going to have its own different attributes. You're going to have Froglock is going to have different than, say, a half-elf or a Ratonga or even a human. So you just have to go through each one, and you can check them out before they're available to you if you'd like to map ahead the ones you'd like to get first. So originally for a Froglock, I have Aquavision, and it allows me to see like a fish under the water. Now, if you don't have Aquavision and you go swimming under the water in this game, everything is very fuzzy, and you don't have very far. You can't see very far. Also, I have gills. It allows me to breathe underwater, so I don't need to worry about coming up for air, which is nice. These are really nice abilities to have. Hydromotion allows me to walk under the water if I'd like, or jump under the water, and that is toggled on or off. And Mars Rejuvenation increases my health regen naturally. So those are given to me when the game starts, and the others will become available later on. Now, the focus effects are not available when you start. You get the first one at level 9. In fact, it says here you get one every 9 levels. And you can pick basically whichever you like. You don't have to start on the left and move to the right. You can just choose what you would like to do. So you can spend some time looking at those. And let's just, for an example, look at Focus Stalwart. This reduces the chance of being stunned. This ability also passively increases combat regen, health and power, magical resistance, and attributes. And you can see that it increases every attribute by 2, increases your health, regen, and mitigation. So it doesn't matter what class you are. These are good for every class. It just depends on what you would like to focus on. So this one helps you from being stunned. This one gives you larger, more damaging critical hits. This one increases the damage of all your abilities. I mean, there's just a lot of different options for you. And then under this one would be, of course, a class-specific training page. And you see the levels, character levels that you have to be to get one. And once she reaches 14, she can choose one on this line. that she would like to improve. And basically it's going to add more damage. It grandmasters, so to speak, whatever the spell is. So it's the highest level of that particular spell. So depending on what you use most or what you like the most, that is what you can choose for that. So that is basically the first window on your character development. Now, the alternate advancement window can be very, very confusing to a lot of people, but it need not be. Mainly, the top is the same, nothing changes there, and the bottom you have a bunch of different sections. Now, this tab over here has automatically, if you look over here, automatically set up all of the spells it's going to give you if you do nothing at all to your advancement. Personally, what I like to do is make a new one and put them in myself. So I am going to do new. This window says that I don't have any points, but this is the max amount of points that I could have. So what if I did have a point, I could put one in, but I'm just getting a new one set up, and I'm going to save it, and I'm just going to call it Froglock Whiz and save it. And what that's going to do is now when I do start getting my points, it's not going to automatically put it. I get to choose those. So it just makes it more of a, you can make your customization a little bit better. But you're going to have all these to choose from, and they will unlock. As far as I know, you can't just pick. I think you have to open it with this one, but I don't know if you can. Yeah, see, you require 16 point in Sentinel's Fate attributes. So you need to make sure that you have the prerequisites. You don't have to fill up a window to move to the next window. We're going to quickly just look at, there's a wizard one. Of course, whatever class you are is going to have their own. There's a shadows one. So you also have heroic, which, you're able to pretty much put, like this one you need 10 in heroic, so you need to put 10 in here, these three somewhere in order to pick that up. So it's self-explanatory, really. And it's just a matter of how you want to play your character. Play it the way you would like. Set it up. You can redo it whenever you'd like. And, if you made a mistake and you're not happy with the way you've got your character, reset everything and build them up again. It's really not that difficult. You can also have more than one AA setup. So say you're a healer and you want to have a DPS setting, then you have a DPS AA, and then you're going to also do a new one, and you're going to have your healing AA. So you can just switch, and you don't have to redo it all and spend hours. And that's that. Now, your trade skill, once you get into the crafting, they also have their own. And then there's prestige here, and trade skill prestige. Now, these two may be locked into membership. I don't know. I have not played the game since those have come out. So if I make it to that level with this character, I will be able to find out. but for now, no, I have no clue. So that's basically that. And I'm going to leave the episode here. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And next episode, we're going to move Little Feet into the next area there and take care of those tainted Sapswill invaders. Take care. Bye-bye.